Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Just when we need them most, where have all the alpha testers gone? That's right, let's talk alpha. Okay, so alpha has been with us a little while now. We've had the peaceful, gentle, understated starting zone of Bastion. And we've delved in the dark, brooding, edgelord land of the Vendreth. And of course we've had the Tower of the Damned and Torghast. The hype, no doubt, has been real. The excitement around Shadowlands has been intense. Now granted, it does follow BFA. It's like being handed an ice-cold drink after coming out of a desert wasteland. But now we've finished our drink, and the barman comes up to us and is offering us a range of snacks. Maybe showing us some new seating or decor that they are interested in putting in. Asking us, what do you think? Should we have a pool table? Should we have a Skittles lane? What type of glasses should we serve the drinks in? And at this point, the hook, the ice-cold drink on our hour of need, is gone. And so we start to wander. We leave the bar, we head out, looking for new forms of entertainment. Now granted, that is a drawn-out analogy, and I apologise. But I think it gets the point across of where we are currently in alpha. We've just received tweaks to the Torments. We've got new alpha powers coming out. We've got changes to the Covenant abilities. We've even got GCD shenanigans going on. But these things aren't getting the punters into streams, and so streamers are wandering off, looking to add some variety content to their schedules, meaning a lot less alpha, meaning a lot less feedback for Blizzard on these changes. And I don't blame them. This is, by the way, not a streamer bashing video at all. They have gone absolutely ham, doing massive streams on the big, juicy content that we've been given. The problem is, Blizzard have given access to alpha mostly to those that will get the hype rolling, and once the next big thing comes out, we'll leave alpha in the dust until some big content drop comes out. You know, the sort of thing. Oh, we get a new zone, a new dungeon, maybe a raid. The shinies that get people watching, then they'll come flooding back. But, and it is a huge but, and behave. Come on, let's try and act like professionals here. Those things that I've mentioned are what makes and breaks an expansion. Torment, the anima powers, the Covenant abilities, and how they're going to interact with things. GCD shenanigans. Yes, the art style of a new zone is amazing in Shadowlands, and to be fair, the art style of 99% of Blizzard's products is incredible. But is that really what I'm going to be talking about when I'm there frustrated with my Warlock because it's dull to play, or the Covenant abilities, oh no, I've picked the wrong Covenant, when the anima powers are uninteresting, or when Torment is still there and it's not balanced and it sucks all the joy out of something that could have been great. Professions look great, but they need more testing, and then they fall flat in the expansion once it goes live. The fact that we have even moved the giant boulder, the huge rock that was GCD, even an inch, even to the point where Blizzard are like, okay, we granted something needs to be done with this. Let's talk about it. No, it's never going to go back to the way we wanted it. Or the way many want it. Which is how it was back in the day, where half of these things weren't on GCD, and it was just, the flow was better. But at least we've got it moving a little bit. At least there's dialogue, there's a conversation now. And this is happening just as many people are walking away from alpha testing to go and do different new and interesting things. It feels like right now in alpha that we're in kind of the eye of the storm. We had all this fanfare, all of this at the very beginning, and now it's quiet. There's not much of the big new stuff coming. And yes, of course it's going to come. We shall get new zones and dungeons, etc. But I would have expected in this quiet time, in this eye of the storm as we're calling it, that we would have gotten an 835, a small content drop that would see us until beta was out. I mean, it would have kept people's interests alive, keep people invested in World of Warcraft. Instead, we have the normal end of expansion activities. Maybe all the way to November. Level more characters, get ahead of the curve, push your raid or RO, do some PvP. If you left and you've come back because you're hyped about Shadowlands, maybe get your flight. The holding pattern of WoW. Or as many do, as I've said myself, I'm doing. I've gone back and I'm playing Assassin's Creed. You know, preparations for Valhalla. I'm getting back into Warhammer Total War 2. I'm catching up on Division 2 with mates. The reason I bring this up is that hype for Shadowlands drives an interest in WoW. So streamers, etc. play more WoW. Giving direct or indirect feedback to Blizzard. More feedback, the better. But people want the shinies, they want the big stuff. Few people are happy to hear someone talk about GCD or talent changes for class. That's not going to get the masses. And so they leave. And of course, streamers are going to go to greener fields. They're going to go to the new thing that is going to pull people in. Now I am of course talking about those that were given alpha who are, you know, given it because they're a big name, because they're an influencer. But the truth is that they're never really going to play WoW for, you know, more than 5 minutes if it's not during a super hyped thing like an alpha or a beta, or, you know, some new bit of content has dropped. And this downturn in interest is right when the feedback is needed most. It's the mechanics, it's the gameplay that make an expansion more interesting, more fun, how your character interacts with the world. Prettiness is all good. It's great to go into the zone and just have that moment where you look and go, wow. But if, while you're actually playing your character, which is something you're doing almost non-stop, if it just feels clunky and horrible, it's going to pull you out of the game. It's not going to be fun. And what I'm trying to say in short is just open the damn doors. I've said this so many times. Open the doors, let the masses in. I don't even care if they say you have to pre-order Shadowlands, as much as I hate that marketing strategy. Just do it. I don't care now. You're not giving us an 835, and I'm okay with that if you're spending the time making Shadowlands fantastic, making it all it can possibly be. But then let us help you. Let all of us give feedback, meaningful feedback, based on us having actually played it, based on our own experiences, not what somebody says in a video. I thought, and I've said this before, I thought limiting Bloodlust, for example, to once per floor would get rid of this whole people waiting until they could use Bloodlust again. But then good points were made about, well, if you actually play it and you do a shaman build, you'll realise that that actually really limits shamans, and it's really fun to be able to use Bloodlust as a kind of ability that does things around it, and you've got anima powers directed towards it. And I didn't even think about that because I hadn't played it. My fear is when this is open to beta, it will be a marketing stunt. It will be right at the end before the game's going to come out, and it's going to be just purely to drive up interest to try and get those last couple of sales. It'll be too late to change anything, or worse than that is they open it up and Blizzard actually really want our feedback. They want us to talk about what we think about these different features, these different abilities, these new things, and by that point it's too late. People have left. People just aren't there to give that feedback. We've got Assassin's Creed Valhalla, we've got Crusader Kings 3, Wasteland 3. We have the monster that is Cyberpunk 2077. They're just a couple of games that I'm interested in playing. There is a whole plethora of games that I know others are going to be interested in. And I don't blame them. I love WoW, but 8.3 and 2 in November just isn't going to cut it for most as time goes on. So again, I say open the doors and let us all in. Let us help. We don't need another expansion where we're talking about missed opportunities, what may have been. Open the alpha, beta, doors, whatever you want to call it, and let us help give feedback. Help make changes that can be implemented before the game goes live. So in a couple of years, when we're looking back over Shadowlands' lifetime, and we're looking forward to the next expansion, we can all turn around and say it's going to be really hard pressed, whatever that next expansion is going to be, to beat Shadowlands because it was a classic. That's what we all want at the end of the day, to have an amazing gameplay experience for the next couple of years, not another BFA. But that is me done, everybody. Stay safe, have a great day, and I will catch you all tomorrow.